Hey everyone, I'm Alara, your stream sensei, and today I'm going to tackle something almost every single VTuber goes through, debuting. But how do I debut and what do I need? Is there a right or wrong way to debut? From my experience in the industry, here are my 5 tips to help you successfully debut as a VTuber. Before we hop into the content, if you've already debuted, what was something that you struggled with? Make sure to leave a comment below. Let's get started. Tip number 1, understanding a debut. To understand how to debut, you need to know what a debut is. This usually involves their first introductory video or stream that outlines who they are, what kind of content they make, and what goals they have as a VTuber. These can alternatively be used as a grand announcement or party, a step up in the next chapter, a symbolic moment, or even a premiere or special reveal of content. So you might be asking yourself, is debut a requirement? Not at all. Some VTubers start streaming and never have a formal debut. If anything, debuting is more of a tradition in the VTuber community. Would I recommend debuting? Absolutely! Debuting is a great way to build awareness around your brand. It's a great opportunity to showcase yourself and possibly garner a larger following who may watch your content going forward. Tip number 2, build hype for your debut. Now that you know what a debut is and have set a date for your own, it's time to get hype! Okay, but how? Your main strategy should be using social media like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and even Discord. Share early pictures and videos of your model, show off your overlays or emotes, share the date, even make memes of yourself. Get people excited and interacting with your posts. When you make these types of posts, I always recommend to use hashtag VTuber and hashtag VTuber debut on your post to increase exposure. One of my favorite secret strategies is to change your bio name to include pre-debut until you set a date. Then once you decide, put that date next to your name. It's like free advertising wherever you comment on social media. Another VTuber tradition you'll find on Twitter is to create a silhouette reveal picture and show off your model after a certain amount of likes and retweets. Personally, I love this because everyone wants to see your model and it's easy to support you just by clicking the like or retweet button. At the same time, you'll build a ton of awareness about your debut. Now, something very important to note is to interact. Don't spam. Talk to people in the comments and build relationships. For every comment you get, engage a commenter back. Personally invite them to your community. After all, that's what social media is for, right? Interaction. Tip number 3, prepare yourself for debut ahead of time. Okay, the hype train is rolling, so now we need to make sure you're prepped for your debut. OBS, do you have your stream key for your Twitch and YouTube set? Is your bitrate, aspect ratio, and audio ready to go? Have you imported your lore video, PowerPoint, or even lore cards, panels, scenes, and overlays? Do you have all your scenes set? If you're not sure which scenes you need, I would recommend at minimum a starting soon scene, a just chatting scene, a gaming scene, a be right back scene, and an ending scene. Are your backgrounds and other stream assets where they need to be? Is your background music ready to jam? You have moderators that will be there to help build the hype and present at the debut. Can they or anyone else clip the really important, exciting parts for you so you can use them later? Make sure to prep and think about all of these things before you debut yourself. Now, a lot of my students have asked me, should I be practicing for my debut? If you need to, absolutely. If you're getting used to talking in front of an audience, get in the habit of checking chat, reading from it, and responding. If you really want to make sure you're prepared, run a dress rehearsal where you set up everything with a few close friends. You can clear up a lot of potential scuff this way, and nobody likes the scuff monster. As you're finalizing things for your debut, talk to your peers on what they did for their own. This is an amazing way to generate ideas of your own. Remember, VTubing is a team effort. Behind every big streamer is a ton of moderators, friends in your corner, networkers, clippers, artists, and riggers who make the dream happen. It's a lot of work, so just remember, you're not alone. Tip number 4, how to debut. Okay, now the hype has been built, you're set to stream, and your go live posts are posted. Now it's time for the big day. Since debuting is made by you, and for you, it should be, well, all about you. The way you present yourself in this debut should be consistent with your personality and your streaming style. If you act in character all the time, this should probably be how you act in your debut. If you have a lot of lore that you really want to share, lean into it. If you're a chaotic gremlin like me, well, okay, be a chaotic gremlin. A lot of debuting is revealing shared interests, hobbies, and most importantly, your passions. You want to share what you're most passionate about. If you're a musician, play some music. If you're a speedrunner, show it off. What most VTubers do during their debut is talk about themselves and share their name, birthday, age, any specifics of their lore, their artists and their rigor, their likes and dislikes, their favorite games and shows, hobbies, goals, and what viewers can expect from their content. Now, personally, this is what I did for my debut. I'll play around with it and see what works. As a final note, I want to mention there's no right or wrong way to debut. Some debut by hopping into games. Others have detailed lore explanation in a Q&A. Do what you want and you feel is best for yourself and your community. Tip number 5, post-debut. The big day is past and you had an awesome debut because you're prepared by following my prior 4 tips. Now it's time for something often overlooked, your post-debut. Post-debut is so important to your future success as a VTuber. Take a moment to express gratitude to everyone who helped you set up the event. Thank your close friends who showed up and supported you, and even the new friends you just met. Now, you want to be sure to start regularly scheduling and creating content. This can be memes, shorts for TikTok, or even long-form content for YouTube. Creating regular content is extremely important to your continued growth and eventual monetization. Continue to network and collab with other VTubers, whether it's through events or even interacting on social media. Now, there's one really important thing I want to share with you from my own personal experience and conversations with my friends. When debuting, I think it's really important to manage your expectations. This will help set you up for the most success. I hear from a lot of my fellow streamers that they're upset sometimes that they didn't quite meet the expectations that they had for their debut. Your debut is only the opening act to your entire VTuber career. Like every stage act, a lot can go wrong sometimes. Some of your goals may not have been met, or you didn't bring in the crowd you expected. These things happen, but don't let them set you back. Plan well ahead and be flexible. You've done a great job so far. Keep up that hard work, and one day it's going to pay off. Trust me. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out my top 5 tips that you need to successfully debut as a VTuber. If you have any questions or recommendations for future videos, make sure to leave a comment down below. As always, this is Alara, your stream sensei, signing off. Bye-bye!